Yay, we're back. Don't know what's going on there. Twitch would connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect, and then it started. So I switched ingest servers. I'm now on Amsterdam. It was doing the same thing, but it would wait the screen buffer time. So there's about up to about a 30-second buffer here before OBS goes, you know what? The other end's not accepting any data. I give up, and it disconnects, dumps the buffer, starts again. And it just kept doing that. So what I've just done is kill OBS altogether and restart it, and it looks like we're transmitting. So hopefully you guys are now seeing me, and hopefully that will come live again with you all shortly. Do I have to re-kick this? Right. Okay. So if you may have to stop and start the video. Okay, hopefully everybody has got that back by now. So, well, sorry about that. Nothing I could do about it. Something went on. If it wasn't Twitch, it was something in the network. I was going to count the blues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's for that. Then that's 5. So another 3, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gold. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gold, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I want 9 more blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I said 11. If not, I've got too many or too few or whatever. Okay. So I'm hoping everybody is back. Sorry about the disruption. As I say, unfortunately, Twitch or something in the network did it. No idea what. It would not reconnect. It just kept connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. And not at the ingest server, not actually accepting any data at all. Still, we shall see how Amsterdam does this evening for the rest of the stream. Oops. Throwing tools about is not a good idea. Now they're throwing rings about for that matter. I must get some velvet or something like that to do this on. Hopefully that would have a tendency to stop the rings sort of just skittering about just because they're on a hard surface. But without the fibres that the rings would sort of catch in. Either or maybe a bit of baize or something like a snooker table or something like that, so if anybody's breaking any up and wants to send me a piece. What? Junior, you might have heard the squeak. That's Junior talking. He's saying something to my wife, don't know what. Usually the only time he squeaks is when he's asking to go in the door or when you sneeze. He's kind of always does a squeak when you sneeze. Right. So let's pick up the camera. There we go. So I said I thought I wanted this one blue, and I think I do. We will check it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just checking I've got the right number of rings in there before I closed it. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's the look, so got to get the right look. 1, 2, 3. I love the moment in doing this sort of thing where whatever it is, whether it's you've at some point in it you get to a point where it just you sort of just go, I won't say you just go sort of, hey, that's easy, but it's you've just picked up whatever the technique is and things just slot nicely into place. So like doing that, and I just curl it around and I can just pick up the pliers and close, and that point where it just goes nice, sort of nice and smooth. You're not having to fiddle with anything. You've sort of worked out the quirk of doing whatever it is, and it just becomes a nice relaxed activity rather than you know, getting frustrated over a ring's not quite going in the right position or something like that. that one. And in a minute we'll just check, or we'll see whether I counted right. Is that right? Yeah, looks okay. Because there's another transition coming back to blue again. Yeah, looks like it. Another 2 gold should be right. Yeah, that looks superb. Sometimes some of these really simple weaves look really nice when you bring colour into it. It adds a whole new sort of design element, and things can look completely different. In some ways it's almost like painting with pixels as well, which I quite sort of enjoy. Pixel, I don't particularly like pixel art, but if I need to, working at pixel level and being able to create an image at that level. That's how we used to have to do icons in Windows when you were using an icon editor, is pixel based stuff, and this is kind of like that as well. Bringing together individual dots and creating an image out of those dots. In this particular case, a diagonal line, for example, and having it look right. If you're prepared to pay for one, Eddie, then yes, that would be possible. If you're interested, just send me a message on a PM message on Twitch, and we can see about it. And welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you for dropping in. I think Junior's just said hello as well. You're probably not familiar with Junior. Many of the other people on stream may be. He's one of our pussycats here, and he's the model for some of the pyrography that's been done. He's just saying something. Wish I knew what it was. He usually does that when he wants. He's trying to bring your attention to something. Often, like for example, when he wants to come in the door. So it's likely trying to capture our attention for something, but he's sat on top of my computer at the moment, so I've no idea what. Samigarian, that's an interesting one. Tysanderas. Samigarian Tysanderas. Welcome, thank you for the tongue twister, if nothing else. That sounds an interesting name. That sounds like there ought to be a story behind that. Now this is going to get a little bit harder as I get towards the end, because I'm going to again have nothing to hold on to. What is it you're after, Junior? Anybody has any guesses? They're welcome to suggest them. If you speak cat fluently. Right. It's a bit like putting a zip together. two ends are being zipped together with these rings in the middle. Cats are normally quite graceful things. They can walk through shelves of stuff without moving anything, and at other times they can't even stand somewhere without knocking everything over, which is kind of what Junior's just done. He's just sat on the computer, but I know he's just knocked something off the top of it. That one was a little bit awkward. Matt Pendleton? No? So I can hear the iPad chortling. It usually does that when a streamer goes live. That I'm following, and about this time of night it's usually just sort of one or two of them, but it tends to be. When I mentioned Matt Pendleton is he streams not Microsoft, Train Simulator, and he's quite a good stream. Well, he's a good streamer. It's not quite a good streamer. So if you're interested in Train Simulator, then check out his channel. It's Train Sim Live is the channel over in the Train Simulator section. He generally goes live around about now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. Two, three, and I want three on this side, which is that one, and that one, and then we switch to using blue for the very last section. Which has formed itself into what looks a bit like pigtails, just as the rings have sort of collapsed in on themselves on the last bits. Like most, or like many weaves, the rings rely on the rings that are next to them to support them in whatever position. Like these, for example. Rely on the fact that there's rings on top of them to keep it flat. When they're not there, they sort of bunch up like that. And you get this sort of cornier effect or grassier effect, which is quite pretty in a way, or in its own way. As I just zip up these last few in the centre, they'll largely tend to just settle out and settle correctly. 1, 2, 3, and when a clasp is finally added to it, that should hold them completely in place. The last bit a bit fiddly just to hold things. 1, 2, and that one. That one. That one and that one. Not far to go now. So we're almost done. That definitely means that tomorrow night's stream will be pyrography. So we're going to be making wood look all brown and suntanned. Right, so we're going to go just through, and I've got 3 on here. 1, 2, come on. 3. There we go. So I'm just trying to work out 1, 2, I want that one. So is it effectively the, well, I can put another ring in, might do. One, 2, 3. Yeah. These last few are the awkward ones, just because you really can't hold them in place. So we'll slot another ring around. Instead of going around 6 this time, we go around just 4 because we're right at the end, there isn't 6 to go through. But we'll just complete the pattern. But as I mentioned earlier, the rings sit on top of one another, so if I complete the pattern, they will look, they'll look right when we put it down on the desk. When I actually put the clasp on, I may well take some of these, take a ring off or something like that, but if it sits better on the clasp, but the clasp will then be holding things in place. So that's the final ring. So there we go. Let's take, I've got some surplus ones on the end here, so I'll just remove those. Yeah, take them off as well. So what I'm going to do is just find the end, which is there. Another couple to come off on this side. It's just the way I made the made this chain up. It's this side of it was a little bit long because of I wanted it to be short and it was long enough. No, do I want that one off? Yeah, I think. No, I'll leave that one. I'm not sure whether that wants to come off or not, so we'll leave it on. So that now is the completed chain. Zoom that out so you can actually see the whole thing. Oh yeah, what I'll probably end up doing, a lot of this chain's complete, and we'll call it complete at this moment in time. What I'll probably do is just, well, more than likely what I'll do is I'll add to this length here. In fact, let's see how long it is, because it wants to be a 7.5 inch chain, which is about 7 inches plus about half an inch for the clasp. So this is just over marginally over. So what I will probably do is is just fill a little this gap in here on this side, just so that that edge goes straight, and exactly the same thing on this end here. Just fill in this gap here, which is just one set of rings, I think, just to make it square on both sides. Might as well do that on stream now, I guess, since otherwise I'm not about to start the pyrography tonight. So let's add in this extra rings. I'm to have two closed already, which is convenient. What are you doing at that end? What's going on there? Come on, one of those rings isn't. That's it. You pop out. There we go. There's something wrong in there. Okay, that I've got a ring. This ring here has gone through there, and it should go through there. So it felt sort of thick on the other side. It didn't feel right. So we'll just correct that. And I think that's the end. Yes, it is. I should hopefully have just enough room here to do this. Yeah, then this is proving to be a little bit awkward. That's what I was after. Okay. Sometimes you don't have a lot of space. Is that true, Junior? Okay. Oh, there it is. Good. I'm concentrating very much on trying to get this ring to just slip out from within the position it's got itself. That's it. Got it. Okay. He is definitely talking to my wife. Don't know what he's on about though. Okay, now that feels better on both sides. So now I'm going to lay that down and reposition the rings that are on the end. As I say, a clasp when it gets placed on the end will hold these end rings in the right orientation. Okay, they're now all the same length. Well, that's the... There we go. Something else isn't quite right at that end. What isn't quite right at that end? Oh, of course, that should go through there. I added the extra rings on, and what I forgot to do was to put them through this joining ring in the centre, or one of them through the joining ring in the centre, because that ring was already in place. So that goes through there. Which also, strangely enough, means it should probably go through that one as well. Wonder why I got that inaccurate. Ah well. Why, I'll never know perhaps, but I have hopefully fixed it. Lay it down on the desk, pat it down again. No. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where does that ring go? That ring goes there, and that goes there, and that ring goes like that. Right. Unsupported rings, sometimes you just sometimes can't always work out exactly where they want to go. Right. That. Okay. You might think and I thought it was going to be an easy job just to add the missing rings on the end. It seems I've made a right hash of doing that in terms of not putting them through the right places. I think I should have picked up that ring there. Okay, that's looking better. Right, that's sitting sort of, is that sitting straight? Seems to be. Let's turn it over, see if it sits straight on this side. No, I'm still not right. That ring there. Okay, that ring there should have gone through that one as well. Okay. So where's the join? Come on. There. Okay. Now does it sit straight? Feels like it. Let's put it down on the desk. Do they all sit straight when they're put in the right place? They do. Finally. Okay, so it means now I've got one more ring to put in place on this side to complete the pattern, which is going to take those two rings there and the next two next to it. Come on. That one and that one. And pick both of them up going backwards. That's it. And that should tighten, correct the pattern on that end. That's better. That matches that. And that means actually I am missing one ring off that end there. As you might see if you look at, well, you possibly can't see it, but there's just got kind of like a space missing. Now then, sort yourselves out, rings, come on. So I should just, if I can get this, my hand in the right position to do this, which is kind of awkward, just pick up that ring and that ring there and close. Right, that's the pattern on that side matched. It's a straight edge now, which is what I was after. Now all I need to do is do the same thing on this end. So a few gold rings. Okay, Fear Reaper, you managed the 36 hours plus, was it? Let's hope you're back on schedule again. Have a good night. Right, start by extending this by working on this side. That one and that one, that one and that one. Oops. I need two closed rings which I didn't close. Let's see if I can do this one without messing it up like I did the other end. I should just now need one gold ring to go through the 6 in the middle to join those up, and that end should then be complete. So pick that up, turn it over. So Actually, I've got to be going just through 4, but that's okay. Why am I going through just 4 when there's 6 on that side? Something's not okay. That's because that should be over there. One of the rings was trying to get away. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Patience is arrogant, and it will happen. And it did. Although that feels a little bit odd. No, okay. 3 and 3. Okay, let's just turn it round and close that ring properly then. Assuming I can find the end again, which is there. Now then, I've got an extra 2 rings on that side to what I've got on this side. But something's not right. It feels thick. I've got something around here. Something's picked up too many rings, but I can't see it. That one. And that one. Okay. These last 2 joining rings, they're 1 out of position. So, easiest way is to take these 2 joining rings off and put them back in, rather than trying to fiddle it around with them in position. These are easier just to remove and then put back. Now this next ring here is the one that's in the wrong position. There is the end. Take it out, there we go. Now we'll put it back in. This time we'll do it correctly. So that's those. So I'm going to need to pick up that one, and that one there, and we've got it. That one's in the right place this time now. And then this final ring, we'll put back in, bring through those, oh well, at least that threaded it through those 3 rings for me. And that one. And that one there. Yep, it would be easier to do that on the other side, so we'll pick up the 3 there, turn it around. Does that feel better? Have I messed something up again? Yeah. What I've done is I've crossed it over another ring. So instead of just, I'd actually put it through 7 rings, but I put it through the joining ring behind it by accident as well. That feels better. Okay, on that side, turn it over. Let's drop those rings back into their right position. They're all the same length. Put this one back into the right position on this end. They're all the same length. That now becomes possible to, I know it looks like it's at an angle from what you're looking at there, but trust me, they're at right angles. It's just the way in which the camera is tilted that's making it look like they're angled at the sides. If I can sort of pick these up. Like that. Probably can't really, but the edges are straight, so now that's what it would look like if I zoom. I can't. Let's tip the camera up. That's kind of your bracelet now. Bit short for me, as you can see, but that's all. Yeah, there you go, train killer. Okay, well, we've sorted the ends out now. They feel right. You know, as I say, it's tactile as this stuff, but if you feel a weave like this, if something's out of place, it doesn't feel right. It feels stiff or a bit thicker or something like that. So it's always a good idea just to run your fingers over it. You can feel when something's out of place. And they're now in place, and you see, straight edge. And this end, straight edge. Well, it will be as soon as I put the rings there. There we go. It's a straight edge, which will allow me to put a clasp on it, and then the clasp will hold these last few rings in place, so they don't sort of flop over on top of each other. You know, out of place like that. So that'll be when I get when I order some more clasps. I need at least another 2 or 3 sterling silver clasps of sort of long ones to hold these chains in place. So once I get them ordered, once I get them on, I'll show the stream again what this looks like. But that's it. That's it for jewellery for a few weeks now, quite a few weeks. Unless I do an odd one, a weekend, a bonus stream when I'm not due to be streaming normally. Tomorrow night we'll be doing pyrography. I think we'll be doing a monorail from Disney World, I think, is what I will do. Unless I change my mind between now and then, but we shall almost certainly be doing that. So if you're not following and would like to see pyrography, which is tomorrow, then push the follow button. You don't have to if you don't want. You can follow me on Twitter as well, and that one will give you a notification, as well as Twitch when I go live. It's at Zeragan Art, but the details are also below the stream window, and they're on the end plate in a moment as well. If you'd just like to try and catch me tomorrow, you can do. 8 PM UK time, 1900 hours GMT, or about 2 hours and 10 minutes ago was 8 o'clock. That time tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you all, and I'll catch you later. Bye.